On Tuesday, September 13, Frisco High School hosted an event with the purpose of educating the parents in the Hispanic community about the education for the children. Mr. Palacios and Ms. Montenegro were responsible for the coordinated event. Also, a local church and some businesses volunteered the service.
So we had several members of our community donating this time food and school supplies, because you know every kid that comes to school needs a pencil, needs a paper, so they were provided with those school supplies that day. What we want the community to know is that our kids are important and their education, and so we expect for them to collaborate with us in their education.
I think it's really great that the school is actually doing this kind of activities for the Hispanic community, since it's giving them information about scholarships and actually just coming together. So it's really great. And it also helped me get my community service.
A mariachi band made up the students from 7 Garland High Schools entertainment everyone.
They performed and they sang and they played beautiful songs to us. The audience was singing with them.
Everyone had a great time and also learning something about the school that children go to. Hopefully, we will see more community events in the future. For Racc-Tv, I am Bernice, Hererra.
There are a variety of electives to choose from at Frisco High School, and art is just one of them. Art is a class that can be a nice break from the core classes, like history and geometry.
What students are going to gain from taking an art class is you're going to get a much more well-rounded education. There have been scientific studies that prove that student test scores are higher when a student is taking a fine art class at the same time.
Mr. Neumann encourages students to use their imagination.
I like working on the type of projects where he really lets you express yourself, draw pictures that really represent you, and he really lets you just really show who you are. And like we're doing now, we're drawing animals and we're doing details on them that make them look really realistic, so that sort of stuff.
Some of the more creative projects I've seen are when we do sculptures later on in the year. We do some abstract animal sculptures or abstract sculptures of just whatever kids like to do, and they end up pretty crazy. Some of them are a little crazier than others. We also do Mardi Gras masks, which are kind of out of control, end up with a lot of crazy looking stuff.
I like the grid lines project because it's kind of easier because you have guidelines and you know what you're doing. I like that he's real chill. He doesn't really talk a lot, but when he does, he just gives us our instructions and lets us do what we need to do.
If you're looking for an elective that is fun and creative, then give art a try. For Racc-Tv, I'm Blake Doster.
Popular young adult author Matt de la Pena will be visiting FHS the morning of October 5th. Hispanic and African American students make up the majority of the subjects of Matt de la Pena's novels. Even the Frisco's boys varsity basketball team has been reading his novel, Ball Don't Lie, and have been having discussions about the book.
How do I relate to them? Through their hardships they have throughout life, through their love for basketball and how they play the game. Just really how they treat each other in the gym and just how they relate. Just I can really relate to the characters in the book because that's how a lot of characters are in life. There's a character or two that are loud mouths, characters that don't say much. They just act. That's how I relate to the characters in there.
What I enjoy most is that it's like about a basketball player who has to go through a lot, and he doesn't like have much in his life. All he has is basketball, and I can kind of relate to that in a way because I've been playing basketball for about 13 years now, and I just really enjoy the game.
If you'd like to get more information about Matt de la Pena's visit to FHS, speak with Mrs. Bivens in the library. For Racc-Tv, this is Emely Villatoro.
There are 100 more freshmen this year at FHS than there were last year, and as school enrollment continues to grow, we asked our seniors this year to share some of their wisdom with the underclassmen.
I'd just say be yourself and have fun, because junior year is hard, like super hard. So I'm just always be yourself and don't let anybody bully you. Yeah. Okay.
Don't be trying to act older than what you are.
Stay freshman.
Stay fresh. Keep it fresh.
My advice for freshmen would be a little more mature than you are, and don't slack off. It's an important year.
My advice for freshmen would be to stay focused and be yourself, and don't get carried away in the drama or let other people bring you down.
Get in the habit of doing your schoolwork early, because it's important later on, and that, you know, be yourself, because the trends change and your real friends will stick with you, you know, through the long run.
Stay focused on your work. No, don't goof off. Just take high school seriously.
Don't act cooler than you are, because you're not cool, and don't care what anyone says. Don't let anyone judge you. Only God can judge you. Swag.
Respect your elders, meaning seniors.
Hurry up and get in your cars after school so y'all can leave, because y'all holding up traffic, taking your precious time.
Make sure that y'all stay on track, and make sure everything you do in your freshman year will help your future, and you won't regret it your senior year, and wish that you didn't do whatever you did your freshman year.
We also asked the freshmen what advice he'd give to our seniors.
Only throw me in the trash cans on Fridays.
With these helpful tips from the class of 2012, the freshmen this year can carry these wise words with them and share them when it's their turn. For Racc-Tv, I'm Tiffany Opoku-Darko.
The best bathrooms in H Hall.
Last Friday night, the Frisco Raccoons played the Wakeland Wolverines on our annual Pink Out the Park game at Pizza Hut Park. It's no surprise that Wakeland is our biggest rivals in the district, so it was important for us to win that game.
The Wakeland game was important because it was our first district game, and we need to start off on the right foot in district. And we're not behind the 8 ball. We're 1-0, winning that football game. And then the second thing about it that was pretty cool was that they were ranked 12th in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and beating them allowed us to jump up in the rankings to 13.
With such an important win, it goes without saying that our team played their hardest.
We lost Carlos during the game, and Austin Zoda stepped up big time offensively. Eric Allen really led our team well. The offensive line blocked well. We didn't punt one time the whole game. And then special teams came up big at the end. We got a blocked field goal after a defensive stand. And the defense stepped up and played better than they've been doing. So this was all around our best football game. It was really cool.
I thought the team played really well. I mean, I felt like the win was a team win, and like we had people step up in positions that they hadn't been asked to do all year, and just people stepping up. And it was important to me because we never beaten Wakeland at the varsity level for football, so it was almost like it was a little payback, a little revenge for some of the stuff they've done to us. So it was just a good win in general.
I think 3 highlights that stick out to me are, number one, the field goal block by Drake Hardy. That was huge at the critical point of the game. And Jalen Crothers scooped it up and got us some yardage. The second part of the game that man, it was unbelievable, was on 4th and 2 going for it and throwing a play action pass there, and Eric throwing the ball up in the end zone and connecting with D Fields. D made a huge play. And so did Eric, and that sealed the game. And then the last thing that was pretty cool about the game was just at the end watching the students go nuts, and our boys are jumping up in the stands with them over the railing, and that was a pretty special moment. That was awesome.
This game is important to me because Wakeland has always been the one team that I've always wanted to beat. They've always been our biggest rivalry, and that's the one game that I'll probably remember looking back at my football season throughout Frisco High.
What do you expect for the rest of the season?
For the rest of the season, I think we're just going to keep getting better and better. I'm hoping that we don't lose another game, and definitely make it to playoffs, and we'll see how far that goes.
With a winning season ahead for all 3 teams, be sure to come out to all the school's football games, including JV and freshmen. There's no doubt that they will be sure to impress. For Racc-Tv, I'm Cameron Saenz.
Good morning. This is Mr. Antoine, and I have a thought that I would like to share with you for this week. That thought is the importance of your attitude. Earlier this year, I read a book and it dealt with issues talking about attitude and how important that was and how much impact it could have on your life. I have a couple of quotes that I've researched and found, and one says, "I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it." So two people can have the same thing happen to them, and one of them still have a great day and one of them have a terrible day, just based on their attitude about something that happened that they didn't have any control over it. I have tried to practice this year looking at everything with a positive attitude, taking that approach to whatever goes on during the day, and I feel like it has made a tremendous difference, and I think that that would work for you too. So just remember that as you go through your day, you have things happen to you, you get to make a choice of how you react to it. A wise man once said, either you control your attitude or it controls you. Thank you.
Good morning, fellow raccoons. Welcome to the first weekend weather watch of the school year. We're finally getting a break from that heat wave of 2011, so you might want to grab a coat, or perhaps a windbreaker. Today's high will be 86 and cools off this evening with a sweet 57 degrees. Saturday we will have a high of 86 and a low of 57. Sunday's high will be 87 with a superb 58 degrees. Summer has fallen and fall has risen. It's been a great weekend for Aunt Nellie's Pickled Beets. Stay safe and have a stellar weekend. For Racc-Tv, I am Ethan Hope.